Hey, so this is a game called Tempest Rising, which there's a demo out on Steam right now. It's from 3D Realms, the publisher, and Slipgate Ironworks, and 2B Games developed it. But very much like a Red Alert style game. It is a demo. There's no controller support at the moment, which is the main problem with this. I would say for playability, if it were to launch like this. But saying that, these cutscenes are pretty cool. I had to lower the settings a little bit from Epic and turn on the temporal upscaler. Also, just this cutscene, his eyebrows are only in one eye. Only his eyebrows. If you close one eye, you can see him with no eyebrows, which is the bizarrest issue I've seen. I don't know if it made me want to move to sync just for his eyebrows, but it's kind of odd. But yeah, pretty cool. I've played some other RTS games, and with the mouse movement, it's very difficult. You have to kind of make sure you stay in the default position, and you can kind of play it, but it's just not accurate enough for it to be fun. So if this ever does get controller support, I think it would be a winner. The only other negatives I found was like the opening cutscene wasn't displaying properly in one eye. Some of the other cutscenes were. There's like a snow effect, which is kind of like a film grain thing that's kind of attached to your camera view, which wasn't particularly great. I'd imagine you could probably get rid of that. But this is the kind of game which it would be interesting to see some creative plugins for UEVR that fixes some of the small niggles like the eyebrows. But what would be a good way of controlling this, like with touch pointers, like hand tracking? You can decouple the pitch and kind of have it looking down. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the community does with games like this, for example. Because like just in its default state, I'd probably say this is like a works okay, almost works poorly because of the fact that the gameplay isn't as fun with the drag and drop. But there's not actually that many issues. Like I'm still playing in native stereo apart from the guy's eyebrows. And demo performance pretty good on one high with the temporal upscaler. Just some of those cutscenes were a bit heavy. WASD seems to switch between the different states, and you're very much looking down, and this feels alright actually. I did try decoupling the pitch and playing around with some camera angles, but probably still would be cool looking down. But decoupled pitch looking straight on, with some more custom tuned control options with some creative C++ or blueprint coding would be quite interesting to see. Yeah, world scale, small world scale seems quite cool. I die a lot in this. I've absolutely no experience with RTS. It's been a long time since I played one. But yeah, an interesting one for sure. But I think its strengths at the moment, you probably want to stick to first person and third person games. Actually, there's top-down games are fine. It's mainly these RTS, like this click and drag, because the UI plane is like a floating window that you can kind of adjust if you want, but it just doesn't translate well one-to-one to where you could be looking or where your camera is or your head is. So it's not like really accurate, which is where people would get frustrated if they wanted to use keyboard and mouse in this. But if they added gamepad support, like I was playing Desynced, top down like management sim, and that was really fun because it's just a controller. You can see where you're pointing, it doesn't really matter where your head is, and you can make a custom camera angle, change the UI, change the scale, and it doesn't really affect anything with the gameplay. Yeah, interesting one. Tempest Rising. I mean, still I like that 3D Realms are bringing back these genres that were kind of just left over from the late 90s, which we all kind of wish we had some new AAA polish attached to some of them. So you can see here I'm really trying to click these barrels, but like my accuracy is just completely off where my cursor is. So yeah, hopefully some gamepad support from the devs, or yeah, a custom plugin from a member of the community. But yeah, feel free to watch me get absolutely obliterated a couple of times trying this tutorial mission.
Battle control online. Reinforcements have arrived.